Welcome. My name is Cecile Maravillas. Thank you for coming to my podcast. And we are here to learn a lot of ways to build different strategies and build wealth through finance, investment, and real businesses. I'm a real estate investor and a financial professional. And we're here, my guests, Celise and Roberto. They're going to introduce to us very innovative, free, clean type of candle, non-toxic, right? That will be out there in the market and they will demo how it really works. So tell us about it.
Yeah, a few years ago, I was living and working in the city. I was working in film and television, and I would come home every day and light candles as a way to relax from a long day. And it's something that I did ritually. I did this every day. Eventually, in my one-bedroom apartment, I started developing respiratory issues. I started developing allergy attacks and skin issues. My face started experiencing some strange texture. I went to see an ENT specialist and they did some testing and told me that it was fragrance, synthetic fragrance, that was making me ill. And I had to throw out all of my scented products, which meant all of my candles, all of my perfumes. And after that, I spent about 3 years with my partner, Roberto, and we started developing our own wax formulations without the use of synthetic fragrance, synthetic chemicals, additives, and any other chemicals that would be included in your typical candles.
So that's the reason why that you have focused on the zero pollution candle.
It was a health necessity for me to make a change.
Can you walk us through how this candle making process?
Absolutely. So we do not buy any of our materials wholesale. We actually make everything in-house. We make the wax ourselves. We have a huge melter, a huge metal vat that we use, and we source every raw material ourselves as well. So we make everything with pure ingredients. The wax itself is beeswax and coconut, and then we figured out a formulation that actually throws scent because beeswax is such a dry and hard wax, and you're never going to get any of that black soot that you usually see hanging around the rim of your candle.
That's excellent. I mean, my daughter and some of my friends use regular candles, and I didn't like it.
No.
And you will see the soot coming out from those candles.
You got
Because it's with fire.
Yeah.
And they don't know that it's emitting pollution in the home.
Yeah.
And personally, I don't like it. And I don't like those type of fragrance. Right. I mean, that type of pollution.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's blocking the actual reason why you're using it. It smells good.
Yes.
But then at the same time, you're inhaling pollution in your home.
Exactly. I think the fragrance industry, specifically the candle industry, today is more focused on nostalgia and creating experiences with scent that aren't natural. You can't naturally find a way to make a cotton candy scented candle.
It is, it's kind of weird because people buy these air purifiers and at the same time they have a candle.
Right.
So it doesn't really make sense, right? It's like air purifier cleaning that suit. So a great thing that we have great innovator Celise and Roberto, smart minds. And I don't know, we need these innovation and we need these products that will really clean our environment. It's friendly to the earth.
Yeah, I meet so many people that, they'll tell me I don't buy candles anymore because of all the issues that I experience as well. So it definitely means something to me that I'm meeting people that are experiencing the same health issues that I experience.
How has building an eco-friendly candle business changed the way you run things?
I started this company with Roberto and we were very DIY when we began. We initially were sourcing our goods and our materials at wholesale facilities, and then we learned that those facilities were also still carrying chemicals within their waxes, which is what led us to making our own wax. And so it's much more laborious, much more costly, much more time consuming, but it is worth it if you can find a way to make this work. And we did find a formula that works. And we also tested our wax against a negative ion, a certified negative ion machine, which we do have here. I'll let Roberto actually give a demonstration of how it works and how it affects our candles. I like that. We're gonna have it down.
Yeah, so one of the benefits of the natural formulas for the candles is that it creates negative ions, which in layman's terms means it's an air purifier, a little mini air purifier. So just gonna set this to the appropriate range, switch the polarity to negative, and we're gonna turn from standby to measure. And we're just gonna let it hit down to -1 until it's really reading. Should go down to around 1. Okay. Now we'll bring it over a candle. And we'll see a lot higher of a negative ion reading. It's because when beeswax combusts with a flame, then we'll bring it back. Numbers should be going back down. You can see there's a lot less of an ion reading over here. But the candle has been lit for a little while, so it's starting to enter other parts of the room. But this is the air purifying quality, so it's actually now needs a higher range as we hit to -1 again. So these down here change the range, and that's how we measure how many negative ions it's reading. So basically, it's sending an extra electron in the air. That's clinging with dust particles and other debris and making it fall to the ground.
As opposed to us using it. I don't really see a soot coming out. Right, it's nothing at all.
No.
Right, and then, as long as you trim your wicks, which a lot of people kind of don't do, you're not going to get the black mushrooming with your wick, which will also prevent soot from forming. But the wax itself is so clean that it's not going to produce a whole lot of carbon burn off. And it does produce negative ions, which is great.
So it's still like a regular candle, so it still melts.
Absolutely.
And then you still have to cut the wick.
Yes.
As it melts, right?
We call it, candle care. We do offer candle care kits that come with the wick trimmer and the snuffer and matches. But yeah, with whatever candle you're using, that's definitely something you should be doing with your candles if you're burning them. And for all intents and purposes, we are exactly just like any other candle.
Okay.
The thing that sets us apart is that we're health conscious of what we're doing and what we're giving to our consumers, in the sense that we don't plan to give you anything synthetic or anything that is most likely harmful for you.
And that's amazing. And I see you have like different packages here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so right now we offer 3 sizes. We offer our 10 ounce, which is our largest candle, our 6 ounce, and then we offer our petites that come in a set of 3, or you can buy, like a little individual one for yourself if you'd like. But yeah, that's our product line.
It's just like any other business. I'm sure you will have some challenges, right? So what is something that challenges that ran through your journey in terms of like sourcing materials or testing formulas?
Yes. Oh, perfect. I'm like, I have that one. Each of those. Well, sourcing was a little difficult initially, just because when we started doing this, it was at the very beginning stages of the pandemic. So that affected us, the timing, the expense of everything with the inflation. It affected the timeline and the budget for starting the company. And then we went through so much testing just to try to get a wax formula that would actually throw scent without additives or chemicals or synthetic fragrance. So that took, how long did that take?
Formulation? Probably close to 3 years, just because each candle that you pour, you have to test the ratio of wax to the ratio of essential oil or fragrance.
And these things can be very temperamental, and then you have to burn it for like 50 hours.
And there were temperatures and the wick sizes and the wick types. I mean, sometimes we would make candles and you would smell nothing. Or sometimes we would make candles and they wouldn't light. They wouldn't even light because the wick wasn't right with the type of wax we were using. And I go, oh yeah? And, you know, we're just like, it's a candle, but it doesn't necessarily work that way when you're making everything with only natural ingredients.
Does any one of you, learn from this from, past work or college or anything? Are you a chemist or anyone that you know? Or
No, this was your background. This was us doing the groundwork. We went crazy trying to figure this out, but it was really more of a passion to keep trying to figure it out because we knew it was the thing that a lot of commercial and well-known brands aren't doing, and it's this thing that is also making people sick.
yeah,
So we knew that if we could figure out how to make candles without all of those other ingredients, that we would have a way in that differentiates us.
so we talked about the ingredients.
Yes.
And we talked about how clean the candles are, like how unique they are. Let's talk about the pricing, right? So how much are these prices and how can you be competitive with the regular, candles out there?
Our 10 ounces go for $78, our 6 ounces go for $58, and our trio set of the petites goes for $48.
Okay. So if this is 78, how long? And this is the candle for this box, right?
Yeah, an ounce candle.
So how long does this
About 70 hours.
furnish? Okay, 70 hours.
Yeah, about 70 hours here, about 40 to 50 hours here, and with the individual petite, about 24 hours. So you'll be able to burn it, because you burn it in like 4-hour increments with the petites, so you'll be able to use it a few times. It's definitely going to last a lot longer than a soy candle, a paraffin candle, which is terrible for you, or a tea light, of course.
And what are the scents in these boxes? Are they all the same scent?
No, so we have 4 signature scents. We have Palo Santo. I would say this is our most unique scent. It's Palo Santo, lemongrass, peppermint, cedarwood, cardamom, and clove. So we always list what we use. We're not keep very satirical here, yeah. And then we have Canela. This is cinnamon, frankincense, nutmeg, and cedarwood. It's a holiday festive scent, I would say. And then we have Labuli here, which is lavender and dark patchouli.
Like that lavender.
Yeah, this is kind of one of my favorites. And then Gentile, which is the candle that's burning right now. Smells good. Also kind of my favorite.
And it smells good.
This one is geranium and sandalwood. That was maybe my number 1 favorite.
Sandalwood. Because a lot of innovation out there trying to create different things to better the environment. Right. This is a great product to be out there, and especially I'm very supportive of these type of products because I don't want any soot. Even the, what is it called? Incense? Incense, yeah, having incense I don't like. The smoke and everything that I get out. It's the smoke that makes closed rooms polluted. They don't even know that. People don't even know that the room is getting polluted.
Right, all those sensor air fresheners.
Yeah. Especially sprays, they don't even know what's in there. All these, yeah, right? So you don't know what you're inhaling inside your home. So you want to be pure. You want to have this clean air outside and inside your.
Right, yeah, sure. We definitely wanted to focus on air quality because it was kind of the thing that, me and so many other people I know unwell.
Yeah. And then if you do some cooking there and you have this clean candle that everybody can use. Now, all right. So when did you start this online?
So we launched this brand in 2022. Yeah, that's when we launched our e-com store.
And you have your online store? Do you have it in Etsy or in Amazon?
We just have our online store, and then we are in a few retailers in our local area. We are also on Faire, which is a platform for retailers to buy for their stores. We're there as well. Excited, to be a part of Faire. And that's where we're at right now. And then we do a lot of in-person live events and pop-ups.
Cool. As a small business owner in the manufacturing, have you taken advantage of this R&D tax credit that it came out there?
Well, I plan to. To be honest, I didn't really know that there was a tax credit for R&D until you recently introduced me to the idea. And now we're starting to look into this because it would be a great help, honestly.
Yeah, so I want to tell the audience what is R&D. R&D is a research and development tax credit. So basically, Celise obviously did her research. She did her formulation and process. It's a great innovation, and that would be qualified for a research and development tax credit, right? And when did that happen? We've had research and development tax credit before, but it's not a regular tax credit from the government. And it started again from the Big Beautiful Bill. And from there, all businesses that, have this manufacturing, have these new formulas, it even actually blockchain is in there. Any innovation businesses who've come up with any improvement can be qualified in the research and development tax credit.
Right, you told me that. Yeah.
And I think you qualify on that. And the great thing here for this year, they will backtrack, or businesses can backtrack 3 years from now for all of your expenses. And what are the qualifying expenses? The wages, like if this company has payrolls with employees who are participated on these innovation. And aside from that, all the expenses that were poured on that innovation. And if you have paid a lot of your materials and labor in this business, that will be qualified, and you will get a credit from the government.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then from there, according to the Big Beautiful Bill, from there you will get a tax credit every year.
Oh, every year?
Every year from now.
For
our design, yeah. So you gotta take advantage of it. So
yes.
So we have partners and services who does that. Since I'm in financial services, we have these types of strategies and plans that help out these businesses like you. And we're part of the team of businesses, and we want to bring these strategies out there. And it has a deadline, and you want to apply, and you apply this tax credit before the deadline. And it's just like any tax. It's not, by the way, it's not refund. Okay, people get mixed up with the tax credit. It's a tax credit. It's not a tax refund. So we can talk about that, and you'll drill in our experts on that tax credit. Now, the next question for Celise and Berto, and what is the advice that you would want to give our viewers, other makers out there who want to go zero emission or zero pollution like you, but worry about the cost and the financial challenges they can face?
You're a maker and you're trying to produce a conscious product. Start small. It's going to take a lot of R&D. It's going to take a lot of practice and experimenting. So I wouldn't go crazy with a budget and pouring into materials too quickly. And just make sure that what you're striving for is something you're passionate about. I started doing this because candles made me sick, and I was told I can't burn them anymore. And I was passionate about that because I do enjoy it a lot. And so I would just say, make sure you're passionate about it, and keep it tight and lean when you're starting out.
great. And I have another one. What is your projection for the next few years with this eco-friendly candle that you have right here?
Yes. So I know that we have started out with candles. We'd like to grow our product line, but we'd also like to expand outside of candles and eventually be seen more as a lifestyle brand. We'd like to branch into skincare and fragrance for the body, not just for the home, and maybe some other wellness-focused niche products as well. We'll keep that a secret for now.
Okay, you're not gonna say anything. Okay, so that's why we're here in my podcast, Cecile Taria Maravillas. I wanna highlight these innovation and get people inspired and learn about different ways how to be financially aware, to learn about different business strategies, and just like you, we learn different things, right? And yeah, so do you have any places that they can find you, or online that they can find you?
Yes, so we have our online store, SleeStudios.com. We have our socials at Slee Studios, and you can always reach out to us through our socials. You can reach out to us via email, through our website, and we are in a few retailers as well. We do that as well, and those are all places you can find us.
Yeah, and I can put your website in our podcast so that they can.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Anything else, Roberto, that you can add to this fantastic eco-friendly candle?
Yeah, I would say touching on Celise and your question about like what to do is like research is really important. Like there's research and development, trial and error. It's a lot of time and a lot of you got to be passionate and care about what you're doing, and
You gotta love it.
you gotta love
Yeah.
love it whether it fails or not, because there's a lot of failures before it worked out. And specifically to the eco-conscious entrepreneurs, we see a lot of greenwashing and a lot of people thinking they're using natural ingredients, so it must be good. Is even natural ingredients can have toxic effects. So these are things that we really consider as well, as not just nature but the technology of nature and learning from the rules of nature to develop. And that's what helped us strive for this, because this is a combination of ancient technologies and new formulations. So the idea of beeswax purifying your air is not anything new. It's just a craft and an art that's gotten lost. And the purpose and tradition of candle burning has kind of changed from that ritual that was sacred and helped with the feng shui of your house to something that became just about consumerism. So that's all.
Thank you so much. My name is Cecile Maravillas. We're here in our podcast to explore and find ways to build wealth through this financial and investment and real businesses. Thank you so much, and come back to my podcast.